Hello, everybody, and welcome back to ZakIsCinema. Yes, welcome back, guys. We're here together just to talk about some movies. I mean, what else would you rather be doing here? If you find yourself just like going to the theater so often that whenever you get there, you kind of realize that the other employees there kind of like recognize you, and you guys kind of like know each other, like not on a name basis, but they're like, oh, it's you again. You're here again, and weren't you just here like this morning? And you're like, yep. And then they're like, do you want the same thing again? And you're like, yes I do. And they know your order like you're some degenerate at a hometown small bar or something like that. If that's you and your theater employees just kind of look at you like that, you found the right place here. So welcome. We're here doing another movie review, so let's just jump right into it here. Today we're going to be reviewing and discussing the movie The Next Karate Kid, which came out in 1994. For director, we got Christopher Kane, and writer, we got Mark Lee. Starring in The Next Karate Kid, we got Noriyuki Morita, it's Mr. Miyagi here, and then we also got Hilary Swank. So as we hop into the review for The Next Karate Kid, we're obviously continuing our Karate Kid franchise movie reviews leading up to Karate Kid Legends coming out pretty soon, which is exciting. And honestly, with The Next Karate Kid, I feel like I never heard of this movie up until like a year ago. But since hearing about it, you never hear anything positive about this movie. I feel like you don't, I don't even know if this went into theaters or if this was like a straight to DVD kind of thing. But, honestly, I was a little bit more positive on part 3 than I really thought I'd be. So I'm like, okay, The Next Karate Kid, what do you got? It can't be that bad, right? So I tried going in with lower expectations, but just hoping to have some fun and maybe see something new or different from this franchise here. So let's jump into the review section, starting with the positives or the things that I just really enjoyed about this movie. I love seeing our boy Mr. Miyagi again here. Not only his character, but just the actor that portrays him is just so likable and charming that I feel like his presence can help carry any sort of movie, even when it's such low quality like this movie. Just the sections and parts that he's in are at least enjoyable, and you could tell, at least I hope, ZakIsCinema hopes that he just always enjoyed playing this character because he's really good at it, and I absolutely love seeing him in this movie. Even a poor quality movie like this, Mr. Miyagi always does a great job. But this is one of those movies, unfortunately, where I struggle to find some positives here. There's really this one was rough here. So let's jump into the negatives or the things that I just didn't really enjoy about this movie. I feel like I already knew what movie and type of writing I was in for as soon as Hilary Swank's character gets introduced. Her grandmother starts asking like what she's doing when she like runs in and is rude to Mr. Miyagi at the first, and then she's like, leave me alone, Grandma, I'm trying to get meat out of the fridge. And I'm like, what? And then she's like, stop being so rude to me, like, why are you asking me so many questions? I'm like, dang, Julie, like, chill out. Your grandma's just trying to get you to meet Mr. Miyagi here. And then she's like running away, and then her grandma accidentally calls her by her mother's name, and Julie starts screaming at her grandma saying, my mother and father are dead. They died in a car accident. How dare you call me my mother's name? My mother is dead, Grandma. And it's like, oh God, this is the first couple minutes. I'm like, oh Jesus, we're in for a movie right now here. So a lot of writing like that where characters are just stating things. There is no character development. There is just the character development of characters stating things, trying to give you reasons to care about them. And you get a prime example of that right off the start of this movie here. as we keep talking about the negatives here, I feel like I just like have so many specific examples. So they're not like specific maybe issues with the movies. There's just so many specific problems that all kind of culminate to my overall thoughts here, if that makes sense. So for example, like right after she yells at her grandma about her dead parents, she then runs away, tries breaking into a building, and it's like the writers forgot why we like Daniel in the original movies. It's because he's likable and an interesting character, and this girl just already comes off like the biggest asshole ever. Yes, she's been through some stuff, but that doesn't give the character a right to just lash out at everyone around her when everyone around her is trying to be so nice to her. So she's just already such an unlikable character, and we have to follow her for 2 hours. Just this movie is cheesy and just poorly made here, because once Julie gets or breaks into the school building, she's up on the roof like talking to some bird or crow that she rescued, and she's then giving more exposition to the bird, telling the bird about her dead parents. Like, we didn't just hear her yell at her grandma about that, but we gotta let the bird know, so she's telling the bird here, and then the cops kind of come up to the roof trying to get her there, and she avoids the cops by like throwing a flashlight at them and then runs away. And just like as soon as this started, I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna be rough here. And then as we get into the plot of it, there's not too much of a story here, and it's just so stupid. I don't know how else to describe it other than it's just kind of dumb. Right after this, the grandma then decides to solve their relationship issues between her and Julie by telling Julie that she needs a break from home and that Mr. Miyagi is allowing her to go live at his house while Mr. Miyagi stays there and watches Julie. But I'm like, okay, you just kind of met Mr. Miyagi like a day ago. You're really just swapping houses and letting him like watch your granddaughter, who's basically your daughter. This makes no sense. I'm like, clearly the grandma and the girl are having some relationship issues, so maybe you should stay here and work on that. But grandma tries to solve this by running away from her problems here. So she leaves Julie with Mr. Miyagi, again, a man she just met. It feels so stupid and just feels a shoehorned way of trying to get Mr. Miyagi another student as we follow him on this little like brief side mission in his life. So that's kind of the initial setup here. There's just like the setup makes no sense. And honestly, with a lot of high school movies, I feel like they always run into the issue, especially older movies like this, where the high schoolers just don't look like high schoolers. I mean, for example, I love the original Spider-Man Raimi trilogy, but they all look like late 20s to early 30-year-olds in that movie. But in this movie, oh my God, I've never seen high schoolers look as old as they are portrayed as in this movie. Like, it's downright unbelievable, but it also crosses over into that territory where it's just kind of creepy. Like, with how old some of these guys are looking, it's weird. And again, Julie here is such an unlikable character. It's almost painful to watch. She treats everyone around her so badly. This one guy, I forget his name here, but he offers to take her to class, and he introduces himself to her, and the first thing she says is, "Hey, go to hell," and walks away from.
Hey, I'm Eric. What's your name?
Go to hell.
For no reason. These characters have never met before. She's just like this moody teenage girl, and that's her personality. That doesn't work when she's our main lead here and characters are being so nice to her. And there's also a karate group in this school, this little like club or something like in the school, but they're almost like a militia of some sort.
Your school is clean and orderly because you are ready and able to give a maximum response.
And it's so over the top and goofy. Like, you have the teacher in there, like, talking to these boys about lessons, and he starts yelling at them about order and maintaining control of people. And he starts screaming about, like, if you see a kid drop a candy wrapper, you should make them eat it. And I'm like, oh my God, like, what is this writing? Like,
some kid drops a candy wrapper, you make him pick it up and eat it. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
And it's just like, it's so bad, but it's not like bad in a funny way. It's just kind of just so lame and stupid. And this militia Karate Kid subplot is just another example of the poor writing here. And like I said, the exposition and lore dumping we get from our characters here is so heavy-handed. I've truly never seen anything like it. Like, for example, Julie and that guy that she told to go to hell earlier is driving and then he's going to his job or something, and she's driving with him. And then he works security at these train tracks, so then they start sitting on top of the train as he's just working security, which I don't know what he's protecting here, but whatever, that's fine. And then she starts asking, like, well, like, what do you do this for? Like, his security job. And this man just starts rambling all of a sudden about how his dad left his mom and he has to do this so they don't go homeless. And I'm like, oh my, holy shit. Oh my God, this exposition. And then they proceed to have one of the cheesiest conversations I've ever heard in my life, where she makes him promise not to tell the principal about her bird up on the roof or something. But then I'm like, hey, Julie, you're kind of like also still abusing this animal because you are not a veterinarian. You're a high school girl. Maybe you should bring this bird to a veterinarian. What are we doing here? What is this bird subplot? This whole movie just feels like characters like walking around to different rooms and set pieces and literally and physically start just vomiting exposition to each other. There's no characters talking with each other. There's just characters vomiting exposition and information to each other, and the most boring exposition and information you've ever heard in your life. It's just so hard to listen to, especially when you hate Julie and you don't want to see Mr. Miyagi waste any of his remaining days training this bitch. So it does not work here. And just some of the writing just like makes me like audibly groan. Like, I forget the setup to it, but as Mr. Miyagi and Julie start like developing this relationship a little bit more, Julie at one point like looks in like the window of a car and audibly says, "I just realized my nose doesn't match my teeth." What? Like, holy shit, you just noticed that? Like, what does that mean? And the whole movie is just random lines like this that just like, I'm like, okay. Like, they're random lines you'd hear and you'd literally just say like, okay. Like, there's no response to something like that. And then this movie's so similar to the first one, with like Daniel getting bullied by these group of kids and you know, he's interested in the girl. Same thing here. Julie's bullied by a group of kids and interested in a guy here. But they don't even take the time to set up any reason why she's getting bullied by a literal group of karate kids who are in this militia. There's like a group of like 10 of them who know karate and then just like hate her and just try to beat the shit out of this girl. It's just like, and all the dudes look so old and creepy that it just comes off as weird. Like, at least in the original, there was reasons people wanted to beat the shit out of Daniel. So there was something there. This one, the very first scene, one of the militia boys just comes in and starts like harassing her. It's for no reason. So I don't even care about that. There's absolutely zero relationship between Mr. Miyagi and Julie during this movie, and it made me really just miss Daniel and Miyagi together, because there's nothing like that relationship. And I'm just, the whole time I was watching this, I was like, damn, I kind of want to rewatch the first one again here. It's making me sad not see Daniel here. At the middle section of the movie, Mr. Miyagi starts doing his training to her and then randomly takes her to this secret community in a monastery where he rings their doorbell, and then they have to wait outside for like 4 hours until some of the monks come and answer the door. And it's like, what are we doing here? How'd you know this community existed? Like, what is this side plot? At this monastery place and throughout the movie, they take Mr. Miyagi's magical hand rubbing powers to a whole new level where he ends up doing that and then fixes the crow's broken wing, allowing it to fly again. So I'm just like, guys, this is crazy. Like, did nobody while you were filming this just be like, guys, maybe we should just eat the loss on this? Like, who is going to enjoy this? This almost felt like a obligation, like they legally had to make another movie or something. I can't think of another explanation as to why this was made here. But I think the biggest issue with this movie is that there's really just no plot. it's just Julie learning to not be an asshole to people and then learning that kata yoga form of karate as a way to defend her bird. So even though it tries to hit the same notes as the original, there's nothing driving the story here. There's a random dumb side plot where the monks and Mr. Miyagi go bowling with their eyes closed, and Mr. Miyagi starts telling someone that it's called Zen bowling, and I'm like, oh my god, can this movie be over now? They lead to this dumb final battle with Eric and the high school karate militia team, and it's just so dumb. They lead them out to this like dock, and their high school teacher is like coordinating this and like blows up Julie's boyfriend's car. I'm like,
let me fight him.
No. You want to fight me?
holy shit, bro, you're about to lose your teaching license and be banned from any school property within like 50 miles, bro. Like, what are you doing? You're encouraging kids to like beat up other kids here.
You're gonna do this, you put her away. Do you understand?
And it's just like so over the top to where they're firebombing high schoolers' cars and stuff, and the teacher's helping out with that. It's like, oh my god, like I get some elements where in there in the original, but never to this level. And again, there's no plot here. Even the little bit of relationship stuff that they try to set up with the grandma goes nowhere because they don't even bother to bring her back. She's as far as we know, she's still chilling at Mr. Miyagi's home there. She's probably chilling with Daniel right now. And honestly, I'd rather see that movie, to be honest, because overall here, I was not expecting much for this movie, and even despite that, this is truly one of the worst movies I think I've ever seen in my life. It's full of melodrama, a violently low amount of karate, and a plot that is non-existent. So overall, Julie-san is nowhere near Daniel-san. I miss Daniel. With that said, my rating for this movie is I will never watch, own, rent, or even illegally stream this movie ever again. There is never, ever a reason I'd ever be rewatching this. If it was on and someone was watching it, I'd find any excuse to leave the room because I could not sit through this movie ever again here. So yes, you guys have my thoughts here on The Next Karate Kid. Let me know down below. Have you even ever seen or heard of this movie? Did you know there is a fourth karate movie called The Next Karate Kid? You learn something new every day. Did you guys know that? Let me know down below what you guys think of the Next Karate Kid. If you don't feel like talking about this, let me know your excitement for Karate Kid Legends that we got coming up pretty soon here. So that's about it, guys. I appreciate anybody watching my videos. Thank you so much. And yeah, look forward to more ZakIsCinema coming very soon.